dzose dzisati dzaziva. Ndine shoko guru randinoda kubudzai. Nelson Chamisa wave nebato itsva. Iri danho rakatorwa mushure mekunge paonekwa kuti zita reMDC rakange rasvibiswa nemhandu. Ngonzo rako michina nakupe nevamwe. Saka kana mave kuzoenda kunovhota, munofanira kucherekedza kwazvo chiso chaChamisa nemasi matatu pamwe neruvara rwemabhanana. Votera Nelson Chamisa, voterai pamasi matatu. Voterai Nelson Chamisa, voterai paruvara rwemabhanana. Voterai Nelson Chamisa, voterai pamasi matatu. Voterai Nelson Chamisa, voterai paruvara rwemabhanana. Musanyengedzwa nebato rezanu, muchipiwa mbeu nefotereza. Tinoda bato rinounza mabasa, kuti mugozvitengera mega zvamunoda. Bato rezanu rauraya nyika, muzere mbavha dzinoba zvikuru. Vanongozvifunga ivo vega, mwomo yenyika ichikangawaya. Kana vouya kwamuri vanonyepa, kuti masanction hauraya nyika. Nyamba varivo vanouraya nyika, nekuda kweuori hwavanoita.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are. Welcome to our weekly news review, our Change Radio news review, where we take a look at the topics that make the headlines on Change Radio news. I don't know, admin, can you help us by just, muting? Thank you so much. Welcome once again, listeners and viewers from all over the world, in Zimbabwe and across the world. Welcome to our weekly news review, where we take a look at the topics that made the headlines on Change Radio news throughout the week. We've got a wide array of topics this evening that we'll be looking at. And we've got a lot of guests that will be coming in and out to give us update on what is going on around the world from wherever they are regarding the Yellow Nation. Yes, we would like to welcome you, all our listeners, in our comments section. I see a lot of activities going on. We will be looking at the comments and we'll be interacting with you as the show goes on. So a lot of topics coming up this weekend. The Yellow CCC Train continues chugging ahead, full speed ahead, all over the country and globally. Prof, maybe let's start off by asking you to just introduce yourself and welcome the viewers, and we'll go on to the rest of our panelists.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for our viewers on ZimEye, as well as our Change Radio Facebook. Salibonani madlavezilo zonke zindani ngabe kuzo. Nidibana apha kulolu hlelo Change Review. Nidibana DJ Prof, nihamba kanye no DJ Sophie. Okay, we know our news reader, our news anchor, Leader Sophia. Thank you very much, citizens. You're welcome and we'll be with you, telling you about what has been happening throughout the week. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Absolutely. We've got our panelists coming in. I'm sure we'll be introducing them as they come in and as they are available. We want to talk just briefly, first of all, before we go into our Advocate Chamisa's big birthday that happened this past week. But just the chain of events that have been happening across the country. I don't know if our admin in the background has some of the clips or some of the videos of the activity that has been going on with the candidates being introduced to the people and the official launch of the campaign for the March 26 by-elections. Prof, let me start off with you. Just in brief about what has been going on across Zimbabwe.
Thank you once again. So yes, the Triple C, the Citizen Coalition for Change, has been spreading in this paraffin speed across the world with regards to its launch, and from the day that it was being pronounced by its president, Advocate Nelson Chamisa. The following day, it was known like the back of anyone's hand. So a lot of things have been happening, unfolded around the world. You see some people we are heading for by-elections, and you saw our candidates changing even the posters that they've been posting around bearing the MDC Alliance name. Actually, they went on to say, pass name MDC Alliance. Anyway, so this is where we are now, and a lot of events has happened after the pronouncement of the name Citizen Coalition for Change, which is a new baby on the block. And believe me, I am just coming from Cape Town district meeting today. It was yellow everywhere. It was yellow. So people are receiving the message. People are receiving everything. So like what as the president has said, that we are welcoming everyone to come to join the train. We are moving. The Triple C is ahead of us. Like I said, It's moving on a paraffin speed, so no one can withstand it. We are going, and we are going for sure. So that's what I can just say for now with regards to the spread of the word of the Triple C.
Of the CCC revolution. It's unstoppable. You're right. It's unstoppable. It's a bullet train that has taken off, and it's taking everyone and anyone along with it. Right. We'd like to welcome our panelists that are coming in. We have special guests today from Botswana, from Zambia, from Namibia, from South Africa. And we'll be talking about the new baby on the block. Can I just ask our panelists to just introduce themselves and just to give us briefly about what is going on in the districts, in the branches, in the provinces that you're coming from? I think they're on mute. Are they muted?
Okay, thank you very much, colleagues. My name is Angela Masugu. I'm here in Joburg. I'm the Secretary for Communications. Here in Joburg, things are happening. It is indeed the news of Triple C is being received well, not only by the leaders or members of the previous MDC Alliance, but the citizens, Zimbabwean citizens who are residing in South Africa, inquiring about this initiative all over. So as a result, as a structure based in Joburg, we are not being left out. We have tried all means to ensure that we keep the pace. So what is happening is that on the 26th of February, we'll be launching the Triple C to the citizens. So I do believe that going forward, I'll be given an opportunity to unpick what will happen and the massiveness of that event. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Masugu. And we're looking forward for you to tell us what will be happening on February the 26th. All roads will lead to Johannesburg, I'm sure. Right, Tatsikwa. Na vene vazvo. Maswera say chief.
Leader Sophia, how are you? Makadi Muria, Zimbabwe. How are you, fellow panelists? Thank you so much for joining us. I'm seeing a lot of yellow here there. This is good.
The yellow revolution, yellow bullet train has taken over.
Yes, you can't stop it. You can't stop yellow. If you try to stop yellow, it's like trying to stop a hurricane. You know, it will sweep you away.
Okay, let's go on to our panelists. Can we have Mr. Tovani? Maybe you can just welcome the viewers and just give us a bit about what is happening in your area.
Good evening to our listeners. I am Mr. Tovani, chairperson of East London branch in Eastern Cape. Yeah, the yellow is flowing like hell. Everybody is talking about yellow. And on the 20th of this month, February, we're having our first meeting as the CCC. We're holding it in Southern Wood.
Okay, I think we're having a little bit of an issue.
People going.
Okay, we'll come back to Mr. Zoani, but we heard that on the 20th of February in East London, they are also having their massive launch of CCC in East London. We'll come back to him. I think he's just logging out and he'll come back. But let's move on to the next. We've got Namibia in the house. We've got Botswana in the house. Can you please tell us what is happening in those areas?
Comrade Mavoko, let's go.
Can they hear?
Good evening.
Can you hear me, gentlemen?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Okay, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, viewers across the globe. My name is Elisha Chambara. I'm the chairman for Namibia district. And the CCC news, the yellow, has been received quite well in Namibia. And we've seen the growth just within these 2 weeks of after the launch, where a number of people that were not interested in politics, they didn't want anything to do with politics. They started getting, interested. They want the yellow T-shirts. They want the yellow caps. So the yellow fever years just too much in Namibia. And I think we have also managed to tap into the sector that was a bit challenging, I think, across the globe. The people, the working class, they were not interested at all. But as soon as the new party was launched, we have seen quite a large number of the professionals that are now interested in politics. And I think we are in the right path with the launch of a new party, and it has brought new life to our politics. And I think we're doing quite great. We'll unpack more things when we are given the opportunity to do that. But this is just an introduction of ourselves and to say hi to everyone, to the viewers, and also to the panelists. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I don't know, Mr. Mavoko, can you hear us now? Okay, let's try and get that connection to work. But while we're getting that connection to work, can I come back to you, Mr. Masuku? Can you take us through what is happening on the 26th of February, what the expectations are, and what we as the citizens can expect on that day. Oh, we seem to have a really
Okay,
awful
thank you.
connection.
Right.
Okay.
No, it's fine. I think I was muted.
Okay.
Here in Joburg, you'll know that a lot of things are happening. You'll know that there is a decision which was taken by government to discontinue some of the Zimbabwean special permits. You'll know about Dudula, which is happening mainly in Joburg. You'll know
Mhm.
about the political parties that are going around in restaurant checking the ratio of foreign workers. That on itself has made Zimbabweans who are residing in Johannesburg to say our future is not settled here. We have a home. But there was a serious predicament before even the launch of this Triple C, because people were really skeptical if a change was going to come indeed. But when our president launched this, everyone seems to be excited. Everyone seems to be having that hope that at least we'll go back in our country and have a normal life. So what we have witnessed a quite number of Zimbabweans going to our platforms like social media platforms, sometimes approaching our departments such as organizing department, inquiring how will they join and how will they participate into this movement, which seems to be giving them that hope. So based
Mhm.
on that, that is the reason why the executive of Johannesburg, Triple C, decided to have a launch sooner than late, which was then said to be on the 26th of February. So on that particular day, we are expecting a huge number of Zimbabweans to come and grace the occasion. Like as I said initially, we were not only expecting those who were in structures to come, but we were expecting ordinary citizens. We are expecting business people who are here, who are Zimbabweans. We are further expecting political parties and organizations that have got same interest like ours to also be part. So more details will be coming in terms of who will be joining us on that particular day. But I can assure you that it will be one of the biggest occasion that the party has had. Thank you so much.
Yeah, wow, very interesting. Can I have the charger? Um, Thank you so much for that, Mr. Masuku. And just a quick one. You mentioned some political parties that are have been invited. Would you care to just give us details of maybe one or two of those?
And those who are not speaking, if they can mute their phone, there's a lot of background noise.
I don't know. Admin, may
Okay,
you assist us
Sophie.
with that? Okay, thank you. Yes, Mr. Masugu, I was just asking, you mentioned a few political parties that are coming out in support of the CCC on this 26th of February. Could you assist us with maybe just giving us details of maybe one or two of those parties?
Okay, I think event will be the event will be taking place on the 26th of February, which I believe there's still plenty time. So,
Mm-hmm.
but what has happened is that we have contacted Swaziland Opposition Party.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Pudoma. We are also making an effort to contact Musimwa Imane, whom we believe is good relationship with our president. So far, in terms of the international guests, we have identified those two, but
Okay.
definitely
But
will
very
be at
powerful
more.
movements,
Yes,
very powerful movements, and supportive of the CCC.
yes,
Okay,
correct,
thank you so much, Mr.
So,
Masuku.
def-
Can I
okay.
maybe ask Chief to come in there and just take us through what has been happening in Zimbabwe while we're sorting out our network issues here? In terms of the yellow train, the yellow movement, the yellow revolution that has taken over Zimbabwe, Kwekwe, Hurungwe, Gweru, Marondera, just to whet our appetite and just to let us know what has been happening.
Yes, and thank you so much. I think there was a lot of background noise. I think it has been sorted out. That's good. Let me talk briefly about what is happening here in North America province, since other gentlemen are coming in talking about what's going on with the yellow movement in their respective districts and provinces. Yeah, the yellow fever, has also gripped North America. And we have been receiving quite a number of inquiries from Zimbabweans that are here. I think we have seen a 20% increase in our membership. People are just coming on their own. Can I join? How can I join? And how can I help? It looks like every Zimbabwean is now on board. And this realization that the hope of the nation lies with the yellow movement, the hope of the nation lies with President Nelson Chamisa is very refreshing, because as a nation, we need to be united. And it is good that we have even other opposition leaders like Jacob Ngaruvume, who have also embraced the yellow movement, and they are declaring and saying that all of us as Zimbabweans, let's coalesce around the yellow movement, around President Chamisa, so that we give ourselves a fighting chance. Because divided, we are never going to defeat ZANU-PF. But if we can all come together as Zimbabweans, and be part of the yellow movement, it's not a political party per se. It's now a movement, a citizen movement. And like President Chamisa said, it's a bus that is, open to everyone. And during the time of Dr. Richard Morgan Tsvangirai, we used to call it a big tent. It is still the same concept that we are using right now, that nobody will be left behind, no citizen will be left behind, no peace-loving, democracy-loving Zimbabwean will be left behind. Let's all join hands together and make sure that we move this movement now as we go into the by-elections, March 26th, and more importantly, as we go towards 2023, let's come together, let's be united as Zimbabweans, and make sure that we bring the change that Zimbabweans want. And it's good that we have people like Hopo Chungono, Namatai, people that are not CCC card-holding members, that are pushing the yellow movement, that are pushing the same agenda as we are pushing. And we want all Zimbabweans to be like that. You don't have to be a CCC member to participate. That's what the president said. He has said that he is the party, the new movement is putting citizens at the center of everything, at the center of decision making. You have seen the power that our citizens have been given. When we had the issues of the name, it was the citizens who came in and said, we want you to change the name. And the leadership of the party, they all listened. Now there was the issue of double candidates. There was, an uproar from the citizens, and the president jumped. The SG of the party jumped. The entire leadership of the party was made to jump. By who? By the citizens. That means power to the people. That means the CCC leadership is giving, decision-making powers to the citizens, and they're being accountable to the citizens. And that's the part we want. That's the Zimbabwe we want, where the citizens are the masters and the politicians, are serving the citizens. Not the other way around, where politicians have so much power that they borrow millions of dollars from China, from Russia. The citizens are not consulted. We are moving away from that. We are moving away to a situation where citizens will be consulted, will have a say, and we have an opportunity to hold leadership accountable without being questioned, without being told that you are anti the president or you are unpatriotic. So let's support the Yellow movement here in North America. Zimbabweans are on board, and if you want to be part of this, get in touch with us. We have our Twitter handle at NEP, CCC at NEP, and we also have a very vibrant, very informative Facebook page. NEP, CCC, NEP Facebook page. You get contacts of people there if you want to be part of us. Thank you so much, Sophie. We appreciate all the work that you're doing in German. Maybe you can tell us what is happening in Sweden as well.
Okay, I'm going to come back to you, Chief, and DJ Prof as well, because there was a Tao who put in a comment asking about how he could donate financially. So I'm going to come back to you, and maybe you can tell the viewers and listeners how they can donate to the movement financially and in other ways as well. But before I come to you, I'm going to ask you to just, hold that thought. Can we go to East London, where there was a contribution that something will be happening on the 20th? And then from East London, I would like us to go to Botswana. I understand there was some activity this weekend, and I think the viewers and listeners would like to know what happened. So we start with East London, then we go to Botswana, and we come back to how the ordinary citizen can donate financially and otherwise to the party.
Thank you. Yeah, here in East London on the 20th, it will go on Sunday. On the 20th, we have to launch the CCC, of which East London is a branch, but we have got some areas like Amtata, areas like Queenstown, areas like Butterworth. We are working on those areas to have some sales there. So those sales are also invited to come in East London on the 20th of this month, where we shall launch the CCC. People are talking much more about the yellow color, and almost everybody seems as if almost 90 to 95% of the Zimbabweans we are in the Eastern Cape are eager to join the yellow movement, which is much impressive, especially we have so many calls from Queenstown, calls from Butterworth. People are here, which even we are promising our chairman from Fort Elizabeth to join us, and I think it will be the biggest day ever if we.
Okay, well, we wish them all the very best, and I know that you'll get pictures and videos of when that happens on the 20th of February. But then going on to Botswana, maybe can you take us through what happened this past weekend and what the plans are?
Zimbabwe, sumuka Zimbabwe, sumuka. Shanduka Zimbabwe, sumuka Zimbabwe, sumuka. Shanduka Zimbabwe, vaka Zimbabwe, vaka. Shanduka Zimbabwe, vaka Zimbabwe, vaka. Shanduka Zimbabwe, vota Zimbabwe, vota. Shanduka Zimbabwe, vota Zimbabwe, vota. Wow.
I think that was Botswana there. Can you take us through what was going on? Do we have Comrade Mavoko in the house? Okay, I think we have a problem with a bit of a sound there, but I'm not in Botswana. I'm just going to just say what was happening. There was a leadership meeting in Botswana, and they are mobilizing, and people are excited to get on board with the CCC movement. But unfortunately, they had an incident last weekend where we have Nubu everywhere. And some of these Nubu, we know they belong to ED and his goons. where they actually went to the police in Botswana and told them that there were people being a public nuisance. And unfortunately, they had the organizing secretary and some of their members detained and questioned. But then fortunately, they were released after the police discovered that, you know what, it's not what they had been told. So the movement continues, and they're coming out more determined than ever to mobilize more supporters, to get the CCC brand noticed. There they are. This is the leadership over the weekend, and we do wish them all the very best. Hopefully, Mr. Mavoko and his team can come through, and you can tell us and you can let us know what is going on, and we can be on board with what is going on in Botswana. I think, do we have now Zambia or Namibia? In the meantime, there's a question for East London there. Someone is saying, do you have any idea of the plans in PE? So I can ask either East London or DJ Prof, one of you two, to come in later on and tell us about Port Elizabeth. Okay, while we're waiting for that, Chief, can I come back to you? Someone was asking about how can we donate to the movement financially and otherwise. I know there was a link that was pinned by the admin of how you can donate on PayPal.
Okay, thank you very much. Before I come to that, let me say something that is related to what you are talking about, disturbances. You know, those are in Botswana that, you know, almost got arrested. Here we are just getting news here that Zimbabwean police, you know, armed with AK-47 rifles, they tried to stop an election roadshow in Gweru today. And this is despite that ZANU-PF and Douglas Monzora campaign in the same city without police intervening. This is very, very worrying. I'm sure that was the campaign rally by Honorable Amos Chibaya, who is contesting there. But we are told also that the Yellow movement has remained resolute, and they ended up having the car rally anyway. And I know that there is another car rally that is going on, or that has already taken place in Highfield West, where Honorable Hepmo Chidziva is contesting. He was launching his campaign there. Hopefully, we'll be able to connect with one of the people there so that they give us feedback as to how it went. But as for those that are willing, that want to help the movement, that's good. This is what we are seeing. This is what I was talking about, that we are getting people that are joining the movement right now in North America province, and that come with that right spirit, that how can I help? So we saw that, I think it was Tau Ruka, please get in touch with us. But there's also a link that has been posted there. There are two fundraisers that I can authoritatively speak about. The one that is being done by the CCC Diaspora Affairs, that is led by Minister Clifford Shatwayo, who was appointed to work in the president's office. That's a party initiative, a party program where you can jump on and donate to the party. They are doing resource mobilization, and right now they are fundraising for the upcoming by-elections. They want to buy posters, they want to buy t-shirts, caps, you know, and obviously provide fuel for the candidates that are participating in by-elections. So you can help with regards to that by jumping onto that link. And then we also have another part initiative, but that is done by Hopo Chingono. You can go and donate that to that as well. Hopo Chingono started a fundraiser after being asked by party leadership, you know, to help. And that money is also going to be used in the upcoming by-elections. So please, these are the immediate needs. I know there are citizens that are also fundraising to defend the vote. That's also another fundraiser that you can go on and donate. But right now, we are concerned about the by-elections, and we have two fundraisers that are going on right now. And wherever you are, I don't know where you are, if you are here in North America or in UK or in Germany, this is latest information. all the provinces and the branches that are in external assemblies have been twinned with constituencies and wards that are taking part in by-elections right now. Like in North America, I think we have about 10 branches. All our 10 branches have been twinned with constituencies in Zimbabwe. So as of today, we are fundraising, we are mobilizing resources so that we can buy posters, we can buy, we can get them t-shirts and some of the election materials that they need. I know all these guys that are here from South Africa, Namibia, Botswana,
Zambia, Botswana, Namibia.
and I'm sure they will be telling you, yes, they will tell you which constituencies they've been twinned with. And if you are here, you want to partner with them, you want to be part of them, you come from Highfield West, you want to help, and Highfield West is twinned with North America, you can come and join us because we were born in North America. Or if you are in, Ankai or Binga, Binga is in by-elections, you come from Binga, all you need to know is where is Binga twinned with, and then you can become a champion of supporting that. You have a platform, you can use the external assemblies that are here for you to help. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now, I don't know, do we have Botswana or Zambia or Namibia online? We've just lost someone, unfortunately. Okay.
So I just wanted to also to add from what Chief has said, like our duty is to give news to the people of Zimbabwe. So also to add in terms of disturbing situations that are happening now, we have got our youthful Kwekwe Senderao, Member of Parliament candidate, Judith Tobaiwa. Her car was also the first, if not the only branded CC car now in Zimbabwe. It was also confiscated by the police a day before yesterday. The fortunate part is that they released it yesterday, but they were taking it, wanting her to remove all the branded pictures on the car. But the unfortunate part is that there's one that they are still with it, because they claim that that one has got some sort of like amari colors on it. Also, they're saying that they can't release it because it resembles the issue of the army. So just to add that people of Zimbabwe must know that the ZANU-PF has started its antics of violence to the members, to the aspiring members of parliament. So we want to encourage people of Zimbabwe to stand against that. So it also is one of the incidents that had happened in Kwekwe. That was the rally. Basically, the car rally was there on Friday. So it happens yesterday, and she managed to get the other car yesterday, but the other one it's not yet released. Thank you so much.
Okay, yeah, that's sad news indeed. We will talk about it if we have time, because I think it was Councillor Denford Ngadziwore's campaign posters that were defaced as well. So ZANU-PF not changing, and we're seeing the same operation models how they have done in the past, still continuing and hounding and intimidating members of the opposition. Especially now, they do feel threatened because they know that there is something to worry about when it comes to the CCC movement. They know they will be thwarted, and so they are trying every dirty trick they can just to dampen the people's spirits, but we will not be dampened. We will not be dampened. Can I come back to our panelists? I'm not sure. Maybe you can tell us the gentleman in the center at the bottom. I cannot quite see the face because of the banner. Could you just tell us a bit about the plans that you have and what is happening where you are? Here we go.
Yes, Mr. from Namibia.
Yes, now I can see.
Okay, all right. Oh, you can see. So thank you so much for this opportunity. Here in Namibia, we, as I said earlier on, that the Yellow movement has been received quite well from different sectors. And like I said, that the sector that we're having a challenge most of the time, I think also South Africa, they also have that, where professionals were not interested in politics. But soon after the launch of CCC, there have been a tremendous, welcoming from that sector. And most of them are calling in. They want to join the movement. Even right now, when I was in this meeting, I just received a call. One guy is telling me, he's so excited. He's looking for the regalia, the yellow T-shirts and caps. And also he wants to be added in our social media groups. So I was actually telling to call one of our guys to so that they can add him and also get him to get the regalia. That's how it is. And we have seen that the numbers is growing. And a lot of people were waiting actually for the change of the name. And we've seen that some people, I think they were not joining because of the history of MDC, the name MDC. So the moment we have the CCC, it has come with some kind of effect that has made most of people that were not involved in politics to start joining. And also knowing that the citizens have a voice. So most people are joining, and they because they know that their voice, like Chief was saying, that the citizens' voice is now being respected by the politicians. Whatever we say and agreed, the politicians are now acting upon it. So the power is no longer with the politicians, but the power is now with the citizens, which is a tremendous thing. And here in Namibia, we have already started doing our groundwork. We have gone to see the opposition, the main opposition here in Namibia, the alternative government. The main one, called the PDM, Popular Democratic Movement Party, which is led by President McHenry Venani. We went to their office after the announcements. I think some days the president launched the party. We went also to introduce ourselves and to introduce the name and show them the logo. Also the candidates who are participating in the by-elections. And they also welcomed us very well. And we're actually in the plan of organizing a fundraising drive with them, combined with the PDM party, helping us to fundraise, towards events, political events back home. So this is one of the events that we are now planning with the youth chairman and also the secretary general. So we're still in the pipeline to organize that event. And I just wanted to also add on what Chief said. We were already twinned with Zumba, and we had started the fundraising just before everyone, the citizens and everyone started twinning with different constituencies and provinces. We had pledged to raise 1 million rands, which is Namibian rands, and Namibian dollars and South African rands are the same. We had agreed that every member or sympathizer will pay at least 50 rand per month, times about 1,000 people. That will give us about 50,000 per month. If you multiply that, we had calculated that we had only 18 months left before the national elections, which in 2023, and that was going to give us something which is around 900 to 1 million rands. So this is a project that we've started, and we have already sent a team that was being led by Honorable Hepmochidziwa. They went there for fact finding, and they gave us feedback. And so we have projects that we are already starting to run in Uzumba, and also trying to also help them in certain areas that they are still having challenges that we cannot really speak about it, because it might give an advantage to our enemies. But yeah, that's what we have started with Uzumba. So we are helping Uzumba, and we want to win Uzumba for change. And because we have seen that in the rural areas, that's where ZANU-PF always use to rig elections, because one, we don't have agents there. We don't have proper candidates there. So
but
they stuff
can
the
I
ballots
there. Just a little bit. I'm glad you mentioned a lot of work that you're doing that include a lot of fundraising. But how are you tying that up with voter registration? Because it's something that has started this last week, and it's something that people are trying to mobilize, especially the youth, to go in and register to vote. How are you tying that in with the efforts that you're putting in from Namibia?
Yes, I think when SG was here last year, when we had our meeting, he gave us forms where we're supposed to fill in the details of relatives back home who are of the age of now able to vote, and those are some of the lists and that we're using now, and encouraging every member to contact their family members back home to vote, to register first of all. And that when we're doing it at a personal level, and also we have other projects or initiatives that we've started whereby we are helping different candidates that need help, financial help, of course, wherever they need something, printing of posters and banners and T-shirts, we just contribute like that. We just come as a group and say, guys, can we help candidates? So they need our help financially, and we put our resources together. Then we send them to Zimbabwe. So these are some of the things that we're doing now. We don't have a coordinated thing whereby we are helping them, but we're just encouraging each and every person to talk to their relatives back home and encourage them to register to vote. And even if you have an incentive to say, okay, I have my nephews, my nieces at home, if they've managed to register to vote, I'll send them $20. That's what I've also started doing, that I'll just call one by one. I just go through my phone book and, okay, this one, I text him, I call him and say, hey, if you go and register, I'm going to send you $20 or $30. So that's the only initiative that we have, and we're encouraging everyone to do that. And also, even ourselves in the diaspora, whoever gets a chance to go back home, as we are not like you guys are far away, we just are 2,000 kilometers away. Whoever get a chance to go back home, we're encouraging that person. You cannot come back here without a registration slip, so that we make sure that 2023, we have to make effort for everyone who is registered to go back home and vote. So these are some of the things that we're doing. We're just encouraging each other by word of mouth, and also calling our relatives back home and encourage them to register to vote. Yes.
Well,
So
that should work. And it's really appreciative. And let's just see how it goes, because I understand it's taking a step further. But I think, let me ask Chief there, in terms of what we have seen as a nation with what was going on with voter registration, and with ZEC trying to frustrate people trying to register to vote, and also the Registrar General's Department denying the youth to apply for and get identification documents for them to be able to register to vote. What can you take us through in a nutshell about that whole the voter registration exercise that is currently underway? Chief Shoshe? Oh, we have lost him there. Okay, DJ Prof, can you step in there for Chief? Just to tell us about the voter registration blitz that has been happening. The February ZEC voter registration blitz. Oh, there we have Chief is back. Had you gotten my question, Chief, before we lost you there?
No, my apologies.
No problem. I was asking you just to take us through the current voter registration blitz and the challenges that the people have been seeing, especially the youth who were denied a chance to get identification documents. The February voter registration exercise that is currently underway.
Yeah, those are the common problems we have now come to expect from ZANU-PF. We have the incumbent government that is deliberately and silently, encouraging voter apathy. ZANU-PF does not want people to register en masse. They understand and know the power of numbers, the power that the people of Zimbabwe have if they come together and they all come to vote en masse. They also know that it will be very difficult for them to rig an election if we have millions of people that come to register to vote and eventually show up to vote. So it essentially means that as citizens, as Zimbabweans, we are on our own. We have to do our own voter education and our own voter registration. ZEC is mandated. If you go to ZEC's website, it will tell you, it says, clearly says that they have a roadmap, they have even a budget for voter education, but they don't do that. You never see ZEC doing anything in as far as encouraging people or doing some kind of voter education across the length and breadth of the country. They don't do that because they know, the effects of that. You will see maybe towards 2023, they will fly to 1 or 2 adverts, but that's all they do. But they have the mandate, even the SADC set of guidelines to free and fair elections. It actually, says every country, every government must do an intensive voter education. But our government doesn't, our so-called government doesn't do that. And we know the reason why they don't do that. So it now rests on us as citizens, as political parties, to ensure that our members are registered. And we are doing that as CCC. You have seen the efforts that they are making, despite all those impediments that you are talking about, ID cards. People are even resorting to getting passports for them to be, able to go and register to vote, because a passport and a driver's license, they are allowed. You can use those as well, especially a driver's license. They recently, allowed that to be part of the documents that you can use. But for you to get a driver's license, you need money. You need more money than you need for you to get an ID card. So all these are just issues that we have to deal with. And I want to address Zimbabweans in the diaspora, instead of us, pointing fingers at the people on the ground, because I've seen a lot of questions, a lot of statements. What are they doing? People are not registering. They are lying. They even buy into the ZANU-PF propaganda that people are not showing up, that the CCC and political parties are not registering people to vote. They are. That is just a mere ZANU-PF propaganda. Don't swallow it. But on your part as a Zimbabwean in the diaspora, you have a role to play. There is a lot that you can do while you are here. Don't wait for the people that are on the ground. You can do something here. If you are in the diaspora, you are an important family member. You are an influencer. All you need to do is to tell your folks, your brothers, your sisters, Anatete and Ambuya, to go and register. Let's start with our households, our immediate family members. Imagine if all of us here could just tell someone, or our 5, 6, 7 family members, to go and register to vote. We are over 3 million people in the diaspora. Imagine what it will do, the effect, the impact that it will do if we would all just communicate in our family groups and tell the people that, go and register to vote. They will listen to you, because most of you are breadwinners here, And personally, I've said it. I've told my family that I won't help. I won't give them money. I won't, do anything, pay school fees or anything, unless someone is registered to vote. And they've responded. They are registering to vote. I don't care whether they eventually go and vote for ZANU-PF, but they must go and register to vote. And that's something that Zimbabweans in the diaspora can easily do. We can influence, the political landscape in Zimbabwe. We can influence change in Zimbabwe. We just need to do something right now. Pick up your phone after this, program, or right now as we are speaking, text a message to the people in your families. Once we have families registered to vote, they will influence the whole village to go and register, and the villages will influence our communities. Communities will influence the whole country. But it begins with what you do as an individual, and you can start doing that right now.
Absolutely. It begins with us, and we have so much that we can influence. So let's use that influence and let's use it positively. I know we need to wind up, because I know there's the AFCON finals happening and everyone wants to rush to go and watch and see what's going on. But before we go on, one very special topic that happened this past week, the people's president turning 44. DJ Prof, would you like to just maybe comment a few, words here and there of what happened, and just to wish our president, the people's president, Advocate Nelson Chamisa, a very happy birthday.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Mkomana ari kukura. Ari kukura achipinda mkomana. I think it was a lot of alabalu around the world celebrating the people's president. What I can report to you is that ZimI and Change Radio, they were live on their social media platform. People I was the DJ on Change Radio and also in ZimI. People were calling to congratulate President. You know what? I can tell you that for the next 3 days, I think they started stopping yesterday. They were still texting on the numbers that were put online for them to communicate with us. They were still texting messages. People were still sending voice note, and I'm like, we were glad that we did not even say people must send messages direct to the president because the phone was going to be blocked. Definitely, because people are from everywhere. People calls from Sweden, people call from Mozambique, people call from Angola, people make calls from, some of the countries that we would never even think that people, Zimbabwean people will be there. They call from Oman. And I'm like, yes. So the name of the Mkomana is moving around, and they were saying, in the same notion of congratulating the president on his attaining of 44 years, they were speaking about the yellow, and they were very happy about the decision that the leadership has made. So yeah, I can just tell you that everyone was waiting for that. I know obviously you get here and there some comments from Warakashi, but it was the first time that we air live the birthday of the president, because the Change Radio is here, and it was there to air it live, and people expressing what they are feeling about their president, people sending congratulatory messages to the president, people wanted even to speak to the president. But maybe lastly, what I can say, I get a caller who was saying, "Oh, ndafara kutaura nemi president is really challenging."
Wow.
On behalf of the president, don't worry. Kana tichitaura on behalf of the president, tofa motora nezvirawo zvese zvichienda kumberi zvakadaro.
Dai makangoti shoko ravo munorisvitsa kuna president. I like that. Kuti nevarakashi hanzi makavazora bhacha, ende bhacha ndere yellow.
Yes, so that was my message, and I said, "Dinosvitsa shoko renyu zvikadzi ndafara mufunge." And people were very happy, to have the alternative platforms to speak to the president, directly or indirectly. But people were very happy. You can feel the enthusiasm in people's voices when they are calling. Then you hear that Mkomana has gone viral, and like Chief has said, it's like trying to stop the hurricane. It's always like trying to swim against the current. The owners of the day, the water will swipe you away.
Swipe you away. Yeah.
Happy birthday to the president. May we wish you many, many more years to come.
Yeah, amen. Happy birthday, Mr. President, and happy birthday to the newly born CCC coinciding there. So a very happy time and a very, very exciting time to be alive in Zimbabwe. But just before we go, one last comment from Lydia Chinyanganya, saying the ones in Botswana, can they register to vote in Bulawayo and then cross over to vote? Also in South Africa, register in border towns, then cross over and vote. I don't know, just thinking out loud, but a very valid comment, Lydia, very constructive advice, and I'm sure people are taking it. Just a reminder from us as well at Change Radio, please, please, please do register to vote. There is a toll-free number, a number that you can call for free to find out more details about how and where you can register to vote. There's the number being flighted on the banner, and the number is 08080219. So guys, let's go register to vote. The youth, this is especially for you. Go out in your numbers, register to vote, change the course of this country. People are tired of being lied to. Roads are not being fixed. Teachers, nurses, they're not getting salaries that are decent wage. People are hungry. Children cannot go to school. And we need to change the course of this country. So let us all register to go and vote. And until next week, maybe before we go, AFCON, what do you think is going to happen? Senegal, Egypt? What is going to happen? The gentleman here.
My pharaohs.
Okay, let's see what happened to all our panelists from Botswana, Namibia, Zambia, South Africa, Chief, DJ Prof, those behind the scenes, our technical department, we thank you, we value you. It's a very good night for myself, Sophia. We see you again next week, same time, same place. A very yellow good night. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks much. Thank you.
Go,